They're doing a JoJo thing. Could you please explain that? Because I've never seen any. The sound is messed up. What's happened to my voice? Physically deep. Sound completely different. I don't know what to do. Okay, hang on. Maybe if I unplug the microphone.
Okay, how's that?
If he comes out his door. Oh my god! No, I'm done. I'm done. I can't play this game anymore. Push on. Oh god, no, I didn't feel too good. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh. Don't do that.
What happened back in the dungeon? That killed him. See, I've got to be honest, I think Emily's quite hot, but the problem is that I think her attitude sucks. There we go. Fucking hell! Fucking So, for fuck's sake! This evening, we are going to be playing Passepartout, the Starving Artist. There we go. How much do you reckon this is going to sell for? No, that's not how you spell it. I should have gone with Tories. And then the son is sad about Matt falling off his skateboard. There we go.
This guy's not doing an awful lot. Oh, what's this guy fanning around with this? I mean, this guy's good. Fact. I'm very sure I got the last. I'm very sure I got the last hit in there. What an absolute joke. Yeah, that's bad enough for me to actually not even continue playing the game. This is the worst I felt playing Dark Souls.
You can do a better fucking job than me with your psychology degree and your great glasses. That don't mean shit when it comes to getting out there.
Oh dear, I'm gonna die. Your great glasses. Oh.
Your vast experience hasn't prevented 8 victims from being murdered. Fucking asshole! That's enough.
You said it took 6 inches of rainfall before the victim died. How much time do we have left?
Oh, Nick, like I'm aggressive again.
Let's do this. We're going for 20,000 plus. What I tend to do at the start, I'm actually quite nervous. That was risky, but paid off. I've got to think of a way of getting out of this, and quick. It's not the end of the world. I thought this was going to be a very, very early bar, but we're good. We're good now. This is all pretty standard stuff. At the moment, it doesn't get challenging until later, and it's all about how you set up. It's not where I wanted that to drop, but fine. Oh, fucking hell, Dave, what are you doing? That's why I don't like this. It's not that way. Oh my god, I pressed it the wrong way. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't believe I've absolutely fucked it. I pressed the wrong way. I meant to go down, down, right. Well, what better way to finish? That is bad.
I can't do it. It's ridiculous. Oh no, I've done it. I messed up again. I can't believe this. Oh, I'm gonna go mad. I'm gonna go mad. Okay. I can't do it. Oh. Okay, let's try again. Right, bang them in the oven. Oh, team. Oh, right, hang on. Guys, look.
It's really hot in this outfit. Come on! Oh my god.
God, what an idiot he looks. Oops.
It was absolutely impossible.
It's Danny Williams! Nicely played through ball. It's Danny Williams!
I know James isn't. Oh my god! It's Danny Williams!
This attack could have been a menace to
Well, actually, it's Danny Williams. It actually is Danny fucking Williams.
finish.
Goodbye, my friend. It's not the end. So glad we made it. Time will never change it. No, no, no. No, no, no. Just a little love.
I spent the day watching the snow from my window.
Beautiful. What
I
about
see.
the people in black suits?
See you around.
Right. Bye for now. Hi, mister!
Ooh,
Wanna play with me?
no.
Some other time, okay?
Going around just fucking her butt off.
You promise not to tell my mommy?
Sure.
Okay, then I'll show you. See, the other day, when it rained, a car ran over her mommy. My big sister saw it. She said it was a big black car.
A black car.
Yeah, and she said it was really scary. And then me and Sis, we buried the mommy cat. And so now, I can be the kitty's mommy.
Chen, can you help me with this? No? I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to do. What do I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I can't open this door. This is ridiculous. Let's try it again. Right, there we go. There we go. I've done it. Unbelievable.
Hello and welcome. My name is Matt Murray and I'm here to play some Bloodborne Sundays. Now, you might notice something a little bit different this week. That's right, I've got a new layout. You twat! Yes!
You're a pervert. Oh, don't do that. But I'm sure that as soon as I get in, this prick over here is going to say, "We're from the cruise residence." I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm looking for. This is why I'm asking you.
Hi James, how big is your penis and balls? Check the body.
How do I check the body though?
James, the answer is on the body. Look at his under pocket in the back of his trouser leg. Get better
Fuck off.
soon. You need to turn the body over.
How?
Number 5.
Oh, hang on.
Turn the body over by holding onto his big floppy.
Oh, for...
I genuinely
Oh.
he cannot get it.
Ah!
Cheers. Thanks very much. Hello everyone, welcome to the, what is it? What month is it? It's November, isn't it? It's
November.
Barely. The November edition of TCGS Talks Over. A weird Dreamcast, I'm going to say infomercial, or is it just straight up a 24-minute advertisement?
No, it's a 24-minute program that GameSpot produced for TV.
So it's an advert then.
So it is an advert. That's fine. My name's Sean Bell, I'm joined by Matt Murray.
Hello.
James Farley.
Hi.
And Dave Turners. That's an unnerving smile, Dave.
You alright?
Just thrilled to be here, yeah?
How we doing? Am I what?
He's just thrilled to be here. Is that why you?
Love it, mate. Love
Yeah,
every second of this.
Let's do it. Dreamcast.
I've got to say, flat's looking nice, mate.
Cheers, man. It's all a mess at the moment. but
Flowers,
we're getting there.
got pictures. No, well, the bit we can see is spot on, so that's all we need to know.
These ain't real.
Are they not? Oh my god, we wouldn't have known.
Fake. Yeah, well, it's like when Joe buys something from Primark and she gets all worried that people are going to know that it's from Primark, and then the moment someone says that's a nice top, she goes, "It's from Primark. It's £2."
Just rip the labels out, mate. Just rip all the labels out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to this. I hated the Dreamcast.
You hated the Dreamcast. That's a
I never
weird
owned one,
opinion.
so that doesn't help. But no, a friend of mine had it.
Yeah.
And so we used to go around his house a lot after college. We used to go around each other's houses or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we went around his, it was like, he was, "Look, the Dreamcast is brilliant, it's brilliant." And he'd set it all up and we'd play the games and go, "This is awful. Why are we doing this?"
What games would he put?
We've
What
got-
games did he have?
We played a bit of...
Choo Choo Rocket?
Well, Shenmue was one. Choo Choo Rocket. The South Park Salty Balls game, which was like...
Was that the FPS one?
No, that was the N64.
Sorry,
it was the rip-off of Mario Party.
Oh,
Remember that?
Great
They
game
did
to
a
rip
rip-off
off.
of Mario Party.
game to rip
90-minute soccer.
So hang on.
Which-
So this
which
guy
was
he bought all the greats then. Like all
Well,
the best.
name the-
Power Stone.
Name the
Power
name the
Stone?
greats.
Power Stone.
No,
One and
no,
two.
never
Power
played
Stone.
Power Stone.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio I played, yeah.
it hasn't aged
like
well.
this-
To be fair.
I like the style of that game, but I
Yeah.
never loved that game.
No.
Crazy Taxi, obviously,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Try
love
355
Crazy Taxi.
challenge.
Sonic Adventure,
Calibur.
when he got that out and we were playing that, and I was just like, this is terrible. Even back then.
Yeah,
I
no,
was going,
Sonic
"This is
Adventure. I'll give you
terrible."
Sonic Adventure. That was never good.
Come on,
that was
give
always a
me
bad
one then, James. Come on.
Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur was pretty good. Yeah, we liked Soul Calibur. We played a bit of that.
Fancy
Go on.
Star Online, mate.
Yeah, I played that on
Fantasy Star Online.
Xbox.
It's a classic.
Skies of Arcadia.
Come on.
Oh, it's better
You're
on the
pushing
GameCube
it.
though,
Come on,
wasn't
it's
it?
Brilliant.
It's better on the GameCube.
Well, yeah, but this one came first though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, first. Okay. It was a bit rubbish though. Why do people love it so much?
I think because it felt like a lot of games were appearing on it that wouldn't really have worked anywhere else. Like with the integration of the online stuff, the fact that it was because it was a half step, wasn't it, between PlayStation 1 and your N64, and then the ones that came after it was sort of it sat in the middle. So it was doing things that the existing consoles weren't. It's just that in another year or two, the next lot of consoles came out and instantly
that's the feeling I got, right? That's the feeling I got, that people defend this too much because it had potential,
yeah.
but it died way too early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's elements of it well ahead of its time,
like
but
you artists.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't have the fondness for it like most people do. Because I didn't. Well, I suppose part of it is because I didn't own one, so I wasn't forever justifying my purchase.
Yeah, but the VMUs were just so nice.
The VMUs were nice, but again, and I know this is where Dave's going to go with it. There was about 3 interesting uses of them.
There was that, and there was also the fact that the batteries ran out on them really quickly,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they were really
terrible.
real pain to change. You know, like 'cause-
Look, this I think would sum up my opinion of the Dreamcast, where it thinks this is a good comparison. It feels like the Dreamcast is the Wii U, because if the Wii U was Nintendo's last console, I'd have gone, it was great. It had like 3D World and Mario Kart 8, and you know it was really good. But Nintendo brought out a much better console after that. So then people felt a little bit more comfortable saying, yeah, the Wii U was a bit shit, right?
Yeah.
But they got there in the end.
Yeah.
And I think if Sega released like a much better console or a much more, popular console after the Dreamcast, then people might have gone, actually, yeah, Dreamcast was a bit shit, but look, we're here now.
Yeah, Sega
really
never got
think
to release
it's
their
because-
Switch, did they?
They did.
It's also because like the launch lineup for the Dreamcast was good. Like if you compared it to the like the PS2, like the first year of the PS2 wasn't great. There wasn't a lot of really good stuff, and I think what I think a lot of people that bought the Dreamcast weren't happy about was this idea that, you know, everyone was waiting for the PlayStation, and then when it came out, it was like not really significantly better than the Dreamcast. You know, when it was first released, and there was a kind of like a grievance feeling for that. I think, you know, it's sort of like, you know, why everyone like skipped the Dreamcast because they all wanted a PlayStation. And
I'm about to destroy your point here, I think.
Of course you are, Dave. I mean, but you see, the thing is also about this.
The first 2 years of PlayStation was shit. Within the first year, we had Grand Theft Auto 3, one of the biggest games to come out. God knows how long. So that's.
Yeah, when did that come out? Was that definitely was in the first year of the PS2?
It might be a year and a half, but it was within the first 2 years, James. I'll tell you that.
But I know, but the launch of the PS2 was not amazing. It was Fantavision. It was not. There wasn't like a load of like really good games.
Launch games for. So what were the launch games for the Dreamcast?
Okay, I don't know. Let's have a look.
Dreamcast launch games. Let's have a look. So you had Soul Calibur, excellent. Yep. Sonic Adventure. There were 18 titles available at launch.
Jesus.
Which is 18 more than the Series X.
Xbox Way.
Power Stone.
Power Stone's so good. I think Power Stone actually, obviously in that massive Capcom hack recently, I'm sure there was mention of Power Stone collection.
That's right, yeah.
Get it out. I don't really like fighting games, but that was just absolutely brilliant.
Most of the games that you mentioned that were great on this console were launch games. So what?
Because it didn't.
What a great launch it was.
The console. Yeah, and also because the console didn't last, did it? It was not around for very long, and then they started to wind it down.
NFL 2K, NFL Blitz, Ready to Rumble boxing. Now I like.
Yes. Come on.
I like
but you see, the other thing is stuff like Shenmue. Like, okay, it's aged badly, but when that first came out, there was nothing that looked as good as that, like visually, on console.
And just the weird sort of attention to detail in it. We haven't seen anything like it.
And we still haven't.
Oh yeah, maybe there's a reason for that, but it's not the point.
I just can't do it because it's just, you see, normally I can see your point, Dave, with most of these things, but I know you're just being contrarian on purpose just to wind me up. And it's just
for starters, it wouldn't do for one of us to be contrarian on purpose, would it, James?
No.
Genuinely not. You've named a handful of decent games for this thing. I don't understand why people class this as one of the best consoles.
Because of the fact that it did a lot of things that had not been done before, and the fact that but it was because it's a fucking
pioneer, mate. It was a pioneer. Right, so what? So we're watching this GameSpot TV spot
advert.
That was this went out shortly before the Dreamcast launched, right? Hours before.
Just hours before.
So this is going to be interesting.
I was hoping. I did have a look for it on YouTube. I couldn't find it, but the Big Breakfast was big during this time.
Yeah.
And the Big Breakfast dedicated a whole show to the Dreamcast. I remember watching it when I was a kid, and I was trying to find bits from that because it was really weird. They had this whole area outside that they kept going to where people could play the Dreamcast before it come out, and they were talking to people, and it was like really awkward. So if anyone finds that on YouTube, let us know because we'll watch that at some point. I remember that being quite good.
What did Ben the Boffin think?
I was going to say, James, what I would love, I want my Talks Over to be every Ben the Boffin section in one massive video to watch all of them. That would be so good.
I wonder what he's up to now.
Give Johnny Vaughan a call.
Yeah,
get him sort out. Get Vaughan out there.
Cool.
Right, we doing this or what?
Yeah, mate.
Let's play.
Let's go.
Is it playing on everyone's now?
Yes.
And everything nice. These were the 3 ingredients chosen to make the perfect home.
Have you? Hold on.
What is this?
Wasn't it? Have you actually said what this is? Right.
What do you mean?
We said it about 3 times.
Yeah.
It's the GameSpot. Like this was actually on television.
We said that 3 times.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But this genius over here added a super special ingredient to the concoction.
Okay.
Epic Major Awesomeness.
Oh wow, it's got epic major awesomeness.
They're wacky.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a Powerpuff Girls skit. Yeah, great.
Look at the state of that, like washing
I
up
know.
as well.
People have a go at me about my washing up techniques.
I assume none of you have ever watched the Powerpuff Girls.
No.
No, it's good.
I will say this: it's a good-looking console.
It is.
Yeah. I love those 4 ports of the front. So good. And the pad. The pad.
Like the design of it.
Retro Alliance Gaming. What does that even mean?
System, the Dreamcast.
Stay on that. Look.
Will the new console live up to the hype? We go to the experts to
It just means the audio mix on this all over the place.
Yeah, I've had to turn it down and up and stuff.
at the system's launch. Plus, we examine the future of
Ooh.
the Dreamcast. Will it take the lead in the console wars? Stick around to
But at what point did whoever's doing the edit on this just went, "Can you make it so there's fire around the screen?"
Yeah.
It's just not going to sell it if it does not.
Is the Dreamcast Sega's ticket to a comeback, or is it Sega?
Standing next to an Atari.
Hi, I'm Lauren Fielder, and welcome to GameSpot TV's special Dreamcast.
I wonder if we're going to see many people in this that are still in the industry.
I scanned through and I saw one.
Oh, really?
Matt Murray in the background talking about.
15-year-old Matt Murray.
Is only about 2.5 inches high and 7.5.
That is a nice looking console.
Look at it, it's a gorgeous thing.
Can I ask a question as well about this? Because
Yes.
pause it a
Would
second.
you like to? Yeah, I was going to say. Well, you can pause it if you want, James.
Yeah, you can. That's the point. We can all pause it, James.
That's the beauty of
I know,
this.
but I prefer to order someone else to do it. It's better.
Unbelievable.
Anyway,
Every person I know.
what I was going to ask about this is, whenever I listen to podcasts, especially like American ones, they always go on about the name of this machine and like how awful it was and things like that. Because I never had a problem with it. I thought it was fine. Like, what's
Yeah,
the
I thought
problem
it was
with
fine as well.
Mm.
Yeah, but
There you
you
go. At that point, I was young enough not to question it. Well, when I heard the PlayStation, I was like, so the PlayStation, that sounds like a Tomy thing from Sony who made the Walkmans. That's going to absolutely bomb. Whereas Dreamcast was like, yeah, it makes sense, man.
Yeah.
Not the PlayStation.
The worst one that I ever heard was Wii. Like
Yeah.
when we first had the Wii and then the Wii U, it was they're the worst named consoles, hands
And
down.
those names never got good. Like they were never ones that I don't think were ever.
The Wii
like,
did.
ones
The
that
Wii
you-
totally worked.
Yeah,
No,
because
It was the Wii U that was confusing and bollocks.
It was still a rubbish name, though, wasn't it?
It was still a rubbish name. I'm with you,
all
James.
names are rubbish. And you hear
No,
it.
it's not true. You could-
Right then, Matt.
The name of everything is rubbish. After a while, you get used to it. And like the Wii, at first, the Wii, and after a while, you realise you're saying it.
Yeah, but only
Yeah.
through force. Like
Yeah.
you can still look back on that and go, actually, that's a terrible name. And the Wii.
Yeah,
and
but
the
it
Wii
made
U,
everyone
yeah.
go like, the what? But but in like a fun way. It was
Okay,
fine.
what's worse than that? What's your answer to that then?
What? Sorry.
The worst console name. What's yours?
I mean, I personally like the name Dreamcast, but let's face it, for most people, it's not a good name for a console, is it? It's
Why?
just busy because it's just weird.
It's better than Wii.
No, because Wii's abstract enough, and it's one syllable, so you don't feel like the weirdness of saying it dissipates quite quickly. Whereas Dreamcast sound like
Yeah, and like
a bit
Wii,
pretentious, really.
I'm sure they said, I'm sure there's some meaning behind it, and it made sense in the way they're describing it. Whereas this is,
Oh God, there might be one worse than the Wii
Yeah?
and the Wii U. The new, what was it? The new Nintendo
DS,
3DS. That was pretty bad. The new. Oh, shut up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat saying the Xbox or Xbox One X.
Well, yeah, I mean, no. I think Xbox. I don't mind Xbox because that was our DirectX Xbox.
can
that
we
made
not do
sense.
this again?
I mean, it
then
made
after
sense
that-
if you knew what DirectX was, which
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it
Normal
made sense,
people.
But it's just after the Xbox they screwed up. 360 because they didn't want to have an Xbox 2 and a PS3 was out.
Mhm.
I believe that's the story.
yeah.
And then the Xbox One is like, well,
360 worked. 360 worked. One was bad. The One X was fine because everyone called it the X, but it was still a shit name. I think Series X and Series S works a little bit better. If we didn't have the One X and One S previously, then Series X and Series S would be fine. But
They
I
should
don't
have
think
just
they go
called it-
anywhere near Wii.
The new ones, they should have just called it the Xbox and the Xbox Pro. That's it. It would have been much easier just to have done that.
You should give him a ring.
Yeah.
Tell him.
I mean,
James has got to go for a rest now.
hopefully, maybe in like 10 years' time, we're like, okay, yeah, it makes sense because the new one's called it's the new Series S, the new X. But it's just up to now, they've just totally fucked the naming, haven't they? Big Star.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologise to our listeners for James's anger coming through there. It's
Really sad to see, actually.
It is sad to see.
Dreamcast play.
Yeah.
It will be difficult to miss the hype surrounding the new game system. Sega reportedly poured
What's this? Who's the woman on the bike? This is
Okay,
an
did you hear
advert, isn't it?
that? That they said Sega reportedly paid $100 million in paid advertising. Now, famously, Destiny paid $500 million of paid advertising, wasn't it?
$500
sure
million
it was
bucks.
Destiny.
Yeah.
What did that? How much did Sega spend? I missed
100
that.
million.
Okay.
I mean, obviously times have changed since '99 and now, but
Times have changed and it worked out better for Destiny, I'd say.
all you do is spend
Destiny
5
lasted more than 3 years.
Sorry, so in the chat, Hodgkins D says, remember when Prince Philip met Arsenal when Dreamcast was sponsoring them and he thought the team was called the Dreamcasts? I didn't know that. That was good.
No, I don't believe that at all because Prince William...
Philip.
No, Philip.
Prince Philip. Yeah.
Prince
Oh,
Philip, and Prince Philip's a fucking
100%.
idiot, so I can
Prince
totally
Philip.
see him get
Yeah, that was wild. The fact, like Dreamcast sponsored Arsenal.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that was-
This is, right, do you remember the rumour at the time? And I don't know how true this is. What did Sega mean in French? It meant something in French.
No,
What was
was
that
it
thing?
Italian or something? There's some name like in Italian or something which sounds bad for like a game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be wank or something. and so David Seaman had Sega across his front, so wank and then Seaman on the back.
I mean, this sounds like 90s
I don't get it, though.
schoolyard
It was almost
pattern.
definitely. I'll explain later. It was almost definitely playground bollocks.
Playground Bollocks is actually Dreamcast in German.
Play. Let's go.
Flash, the company
That's some great pre-rendered footage. Oh, there's Sonic. There's the zombie from
Divers
House of the
for
Dead, the guy from Ready to Rumble.
So, after the experience of
Adam Sessler, is that it?
now to the launch of the Dreamcast.
I don't know.
I think the
Hey, Pete Moore.
retail
I've learned that Sonic in the background, man. Put the F in.
at the right time.
Is he going to show off another tattoo?
I mean, oh, is that they,
You are right,
they-
the Dreamcast is
they
amazing.
had that clip and they thought, oh, this people will think this is amazing.
video game giant.
So, what do you think of all of the controversy and the criticism and all the media attention that has surrounded the Dreamcast for the past 6 months?
I listen to it. People have an opinion.
Controversy.
And rightly or wrongly, it's better than being blasé. And so opinions about Dreamcast will never make it, it'll never launch, PlayStation 2 will blow it out of the water when it comes.
True.
I mean, yeah, that did happen, to be fair.
It's a vibrant business, and if nobody cared, then the business wouldn't be growing to the level that it's at right now.
Wow, that was quite a tough question. I wasn't expecting that in this.
What do you think about the fact that everyone says it's going to fucking suck?
Look at the graphics on this. This looks amazing. Oh.
Okay, that was good.
Sega meat skeptics do a double take.
A lot of fog. More fog than I remember.
Videogames.com.
Jeff Gerstmann.
Hey, there he is. The Gerst man.
He looks about 14.
It's going to say. Looking for videogames.com.
But I mean, the U.S. lineup is really stellar. It's like every single journalist in this business said, you know, if Sega doesn't come out with the biggest console launch in history when it comes out in the U.S., they're dead. They're dead. They're finished. They're over. They did that.
This is quite damning, isn't it?
Journalist. Every single one said that.
Like, you know, they've probably been paid to produce this by Sega, and everyone on it's just like, if they don't absolutely nail this, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeff Gerstmann's definitely at the age area. He's thinking, just get a free one. Just be not.
And then there's Namco that even
Imagine looking out your window, just seeing him walking down your neighbour's.
Wearing his
You
Bowling
doing?
shirt.
Oi, mate.
Great system. I think there's
That is Tash.
very unique opportunity.
He looks shattered.
He
That
does. He's not slept for 3 days.
and make an impact, have an impact on the market.
Needs a haircut, no?
And it's a question of the most sustainable market.
I'm just so tired. I haven't seen
Just give me the
Here we go.
script.
Alstoke.
Then can
People
I
don't
sleep?
care about crunching this time.
That's quite a beard there. I don't know if you
that
saw
was a great
That's
go-to.
a guy wearing a Viking hat. So the things you see at games conventions.
I was about to
Unbelievable.
say that game conventions haven't changed, have they?
Why are they showing Final Fantasy? This never came to the Dreamcast.
Sony and Nintendo.
Oh, I see. This is right. This is now saying here's the better competition.
And the abrupt departure of its U.S. president are raising some eyebrows. But if you're a gamer who just wants
Sonic
to play
and DJ there.
these issues should be invalid.
What do you
Oh,
think?
could you imagine the sort of shit music he would play?
Sonic, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, they're close.
Oh, no, Nickelback and shit, isn't it?
People can be close, can't they?
Steal a bunch of money from their parents and run out and buy a Dreamcast.
Whoa. Gerstmann.
Not paid at all to say that.
Please, can we clip that and tweet that? Because numbers.
Visit the GameSpot TV website.
Yeah, so like, Jeff, this issue?
And if you'd like
Jeff, should we still do this? Jeff, I went to jail for 3 years for this.
Just come around juvie, you bastard.
They're doing that 90s thing of having the footage with like the frame rate cutting.
With graphics reaching new heights.
Yeah, there's
like
no
every
way it's this
third
smooth,
frame or
is it?
something.
It was faster.
I hope we get an interview where they're talking. There's like a good camera pointing at someone, and then every few seconds it cuts to a camera that's like off to one side and it's black and white and it's moving around.
No, that was a little bit later, I think, wasn't it? Or was it
Was
earlier?
it? No, this is late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, it's about this
It's about TV.
period, isn't it?
Yes, MTV shit.
give us the lowdown.
Wait,
I'm gonna get the lowdown,
I've got
guys.
their hands doing this.
Well, you've seen the games and you've heard all the hype, but now let's check.
Have we?
Imagine the cameraman being like, "So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the camera like this."
We haven't really heard hype. We've just heard about why this is a big deal because otherwise Sega's fucked.
Why have they? What is that about?
Right, isn't it?
Someone's really trying to justify their salary here, aren't they?
Also, just doing it on the street.
So it's like, can we just put a purple square over the console?
Yeah, we do that. We've got one of these new computers. Yeah.
Who's
Oh,
that
there we
guy on
go.
the right? I don't recognise him.
200 megahertz.
His name wasn't on.
That's amazing.
Check out those PCs in the background.
Yeah, mate.
Well, hopefully it'll translate.
Oh, copy of EGM.
Definitely full of.
Hopefully.
It's something that we've
Oh,
never
no, what
Look
website?
at that
Oh, that's
website
that
in the
GameSpot in the background.
Oh, Sean Smith, EGM.
faster than the PlayStation of the N60.
The cable at the bottom.
Did you see how they struggled to plug the controller in then? Can someone rewind it? I want to see that again. That was amazing.
Yeah, but you also put the disc in upside
Look.
down.
Oh shit! That wasn't too bad.
Or we reset to the. I know, but if you're filming it for an actual thing,
Yeah, you'd retake
you'd
it.
yell, oh yeah, well, hang on, we'll just do that again.
That's the
Mind you,
point.
maybe
The
the-
control.
sorry.
Who said the controller was good at the start of this? Because
I
the
never
control-
said that. No, I never said. the
No,
controller
it wasn't.
But you're right, especially with that, the cord on the bottom of the controller was
Yeah,
absolutely
awful
crazy.
idea.
I'll tell you what was even weirder about that was it
Yeah.
had the cord at the bottom, but then there was like a clip on the back, so you could like clip
That's
it.
right.
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like,
So you clip it to
surely
where
you
it was meant
realise
to be.
if there's a
Yeah.
clip there, you realise that this was a bad idea.
Last minute, just as it was going to the factory.
Quick.
No, actually, clip that shit.
We're going to clip.
Between 200 megahertz microprocessor, what does that translate to?
Well, hopefully it'll
200 megahertz.
200 megahertz, mate. That's a lot of megahertz.
200 megahertz processor. I mean, it's something that we've never seen on a console system before.
That guy looks like every character in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
The N64.
Now, the Dreamcast is using a GD ROM.
What's weird is it looks like every time they put a disc in, it's upside down.
Yeah,
Because
James was saying
I'm
that.
so
Yeah.
used now to like there being like a slight colour on the back and something on the top. It's like, why are you doing that? What's wrong with you?
Why did they choose that, and what does that mean?
Well, it's basically a disk that holds 1 gigabyte, which is 1,000 megs of data, opposed to 650 megabytes.
1 gig on the disc.
Oh
Unbelievable.
man, could you imagine turning up in that office now while they're recording this with a PS5 and saying this is what the future's going to be like?
Yeah, say, you know that
like, it's
disc
massive.
has
Yeah.
1 gig. There's a games now that's got 120 gig update.
And do you know what? It's shit, mate. You're better off.
Yeah. You know you can put a game in and play it.
I love a customised win scene.
That was the weird thing about this because Ben Simon was talking about this just a second in the chat.
Mm.
This whole thing about it using Windows was not accurate. Like
Mm.
it was capable of using like parts of Windows CE or whatever, which was compact edition of Windows, which was rubbish. But very few games ever did it. Like it was hardly. It only used it for like communication protocols and stuff like that. But it was fuck off, Dave.
Way to bring it down, James.
You know,
That's fine, James. That's all well and good. But what do you think about this man's sideburns?
Have you guys ever had a customized wince?
Just play
That's not reading that.
Every morning I customise that wince.
System is Windows CE. What's that going to do for the Dreamcast?
Well, apparently it's a pretty easy operating system to program for, especially for PC games.
I really wanted him then to say, well, actually, technically, it wasn't on there, but exactly the same.
Well,
as what James
wasn't there? Because there was this rumor in the lead up to the Dreamcast, because all of a sudden Sega just started churning out PC ports of old Saturn games and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember reading something at the time that was like, this might be like this, because Windows might be forming the, like part of the basis of their new console, and they're basically just getting all the programmers to cut their teeth on it, just doing ports and stuff. But I don't know, as you say, it doesn't sound like Windows was that integral to the Dreamcast. So
the other big fuck up they made as well is that the graphics chip in it is a PowerVR one. And I don't know if you remember in the sort of it was like the late 90s, early 2000s, there was the whole battle over like 3D graphics cards and like what
PowerVR versus 3DFX. I was a PowerVR man.
Yeah, there was exactly, that's the thing. But PowerVR, like, it sucked and no one used it. And it's like with this console, Sega chose all the worst things basically. All the failures. Like, it chose PowerVR, Windows CE that no one ever used, and it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Still ended up being one of the best consoles, though.
It's all because of the games, Dave.
Don't know how they did it. Yeah, the game was good.
Be there, man.
In addition, I mean, I guess it's just a robust operating system to begin with. In fact, Microsoft has more
really not
working on Windows CE than they do on Windows.
But no one gives a fuck. That's not all the games are going to be using.
James hates Microsoft with a passion.
56k modem, guys.
What's your verdict on it?
Dreamcast at this point.
I think part of the reason for that, Dave, is at this time I was doing tech support on Windows 98 machines, and
didn't it, James? You'll remember it didn't actually ship with a 56k modem, did it? They downgraded it to 33.
Yeah, it was 33.
Which is obviously, I mean, splitting hairs really, but it was just weird.
Great console.
No quick resume either. Mind you, needs his Xbox at the moment. So.
Hey!
Mine's working fine. If you get the cheaper model, I suspect it's harder to work on those ones.
It works like a dream.
Dreamcast is go places where console game systems never gone before.
But real, bottom line, when are we going to have to see a new console system?
Well, 4 or 5 years from now, I think the PlayStation's been around that long. But another thing to consider is that 4 or 5 years from now, console gaming is going to be a lot different. And I think it'll be thanks to the Dreamcast.
Yep, Dreamcast did it all.
Yeah, not incorrect.
PC users. Well, that's about.
They were the first to get modem in it. They didn't know how to do online play. That was Microsoft. That was all Xbox.
I played quite a lot of games on Dreamcast Online.
Yeah,
I played shitloads of Phantasy Star Online, but that was basically it, I think.
Phantasy Star was fantastic. I got it.
Oh my god, look at Peter Moore having a little moment.
And so was Quake 3 Arena. That was also very good.
I heard that was excellent on the Dreamcast, to be fair to you.
In console.
It's one of the first one that probably did it.
I think I was PC gaming back then.
Quite nerd. How was mine back in '99?
I was playing Quake 3 Arena on that.
Gaming will stay the same as it has been over the past few years. Internet will be the future of gaming. The internet.
Oh, mate, intensity.
He's right though.
Got that.
Yeah, but he don't need to be so furious about it.
Trying very hard to look like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, PS2 is going to mug it.
It's going to be really, really popular. I think that's one of the things that on the PC side.
What, James?
I'm just thinking how charismatic he is.
Team play with your friends.
Well, I think a lot of consoles.
Here he comes.
This is very Games Master, isn't it?
Dreamcast network for chatting, messaging,
Game hints.
and previews. But next year, Sega will open up the multiplayer aspect of the Dreamcast.
Did it have downloadable games on there?
No, I think so. I mean, where would it store them?
Exactly. Here we go. Jeff Kurtzman's back.
Provided that the
He's going to say, this is what he's going to say. You need to go out, you need to kill people, Take
Steal
their
their
money,
money.
and then
Buy a
you need
Dreamcast.
to
Gotta
buy
stab
card.
someone to get a Dreamcast.
will be very crucial. If it stays at 56K, it's like that's good enough for certain games, but some first-person shooters, you're not going to really see optimum performance.
It didn't start 56k, did
No,
it? Make
even worse.
But if they can get the speeds up, if this whole network that they're supposedly building for online support works out, I think it's really going to bring a lot.
I think to do that, they must create a drug ring and use children to sell their drugs.
Everyone's going to jump on everything.
He reminds me of someone. Is it David Spade?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I don't think it's Spade.
What is this game?
I don't know, but it looks like the menu to Tetris Effect.
What was that?
Great gag,
That
yeah.
was- That'd make a really good reaction gif.
Oh, look, it's the one Sega game that Matt's played.
Great game. I mean, I'm further one on Saturn.
There you go.
Where the single player side of the game is a lot less important than the multiplayer, where it's really designed for
Multiplayer.
It's pretty significant. Where
Yeah, it's David Spade, isn't it?
being a thing now, and it happened on
Sports game took a long time to look half decent, didn't they?
Last segments whiz by a little too fast. Come by the GameSpot TV website at zdtv.com and check out our Dreamcast online and hardware specials in streaming.
ZDTV.com.
It's
Yeah,
Zip
Zip
Davis,
Davis,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, that must have been.
Of course it was, yeah.
28-bit console system. But which ones do you want to spend your cash on?
128-bit.
Top 5 to break your piggy
So many bits.
It's too many bits. Too many bits.
If anything, yeah. All bits you know what to do with. you know what I mean?
What I'm feeling about this is like loads of people I don't recognise. Obviously, I guess if I was over in America as a kid, I would have maybe recognised these people. But
You'd
it's
have
amazing now. Jeff Person's still doing it. You know, Adam Sessler has kind of come and gone, and I think he's still doing things with G4 TV, trying to relaunch. And I think he's a host there, but most other people I don't recognise, sadly.
Oh, right.
Itself looks pretty solid, but what about the games? We spoke to the editors at videogames.com and got their favorite picks for the Dreamcast launch.
There we go. Let's talk about the games.
If somebody says Sonic Adventure, I'm going to lose respect for them.
Young.
Oh, come on. We were all excited at the time.
House of Dead, so good.
House of Dead, yeah, proper good.
I really do miss light gun games.
Hmm.
Genuinely. When the Wii tried
to have a they tried to have a comeback with the Wii, didn't they? But it never really
I
worked.
don't know, man. They did all right, I think.
Nah, they were terrible though.
Ghost Squad, mate. Classic.
Yeah, but you had a cursor on the screen and
Yeah,
stuff.
not the same.
The game will offer
Best light gun game, James.
arcade and original,
Virtual Cop.
with the option to
2. Virtual 2. Where you get to choose your routes. Oh man, that game was so good.
puzzle training levels.
Did you ever have a Saturn? Did you have a Saturn?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, Virtual Cop for that.
Yeah.
That light
Virtual
gun
Cop
was
2 for that.
business as well.
Was, yeah.
The light gun for that was business. Didn't they bring out like a combination pack with 1 and 2 on it?
Yeah, that was because that's the one I got. It was
Yeah.
I got it from somebody I worked with at the co-op, and I traded a BB gun for it. And so
That's good because later that day that guy's heli was absolute smashed to shit.
What was it? Was it BB pistol? Was it? What was it?
Yeah, it was just a pistol, and he really wanted it. So yeah, I traded him a BB pistol.
What did he want it for,
Dreamcast and a
James?
couple of games.
James is genuinely an arms dealer.
Literally dealt in firearms.
Wow. Okay.
Was it the one that you got on your school trip to France?
No, this was another
Oh
one.
no, you were
How
in
many
your.
did you have? The full Arsenal.
He's got he's got like
a couple of air guns and things like that. It's just
Right, no, hold on, James. Right this minute, how many guns do you own?
none. I've got none. Actually, no, it's not true. I've still got an air gun somewhere. But it's
Somewhere? It just doesn't. Oh my god.
Are you even still allowed to use them? What's
No, I don't. Of course, I don't use it. It's just in a box somewhere.
This
No,
is
Just in
James is
case.
lying, James is
Just
lying.
in case. You never know.
James is lying. What I went to James's house above the fireplace. Huge, just there.
Yeah.
Huge
They're not
gun.
anywhere the kids can get them, are they?
No, just...
No, of course
This is
not.
it. Right, this is the thing with James. Right, you can never trust his first answer because it's always bollocks. Right? James, let me tell the viewers right now. James sent a message to the group chat today saying he had his first PS5 crash today. You did, right?
No, it wasn't today. It was like about a day ago or something. Yeah.
Or about a day ago or something.
Yeah.
But on the podcast this week,
Yeah.
you said my PS5 hasn't crashed, and then later told us about a crash that you had. so there's no way your first crash a couple of days ago.
What are you talking about?
Well, was that not clear?
No, when we did the podcast, I hadn't experienced any crashes. A
And
couple
then
of days
later in the podcast, you talked about how your PlayStation 5 crashed.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Right, okay. I'll think you know what I'll do?
Can you find it?
Yeah.
Because I genuinely don't remember saying that. But yeah.
Absolutely, I will. Okay.
Hodgkins D is suggesting a YouTube series called Downrange with James Farley.
Never trust James' first answer. Have you got a gun? No. Have you? Yeah, I've got an air rifle.
Have you got one gun? Yeah. Have you got one gun? I've got 5 guns.
It's just, when you've got just lying around, isn't it, from before?
No, normal people don't just have guns lying around.
Laying around from before. In the beginning. From before.
Includes such an unprecedented amount of detail that you can actually see individual people in the crowd and on the sidelines. The game's physics engine is sophisticated enough to mimic how players would.
What are you laughing about?
I just realised how mental that
Protection is actually on the rather than in the form of a cylinder around the player. The playbook for the game was designed by the Raiders' defensive coach. And the game
I just imagine it up on the wall like the shotguns that they get there.
No, I just realised trading like that for a Saturn is a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you did it for a full console? I thought it was for a game.
No, it's for the full console with about 2 games.
Oh my god! How much was that gun worth?
No, this was when the Dreamcast was not Dreamcast, when the Saturn was pretty much dead by this point, and that's he wanted to get rid of it.
So you wanted to get rid of the gun because you were shot someone with it.
Yes.
Too much heat. I need to get...
No, again, never trust his first answer. You just said it was an air rifle.
No. I had.
No, you still got the air rifle.
Sorry, you still got the air rifle that you couldn't trade the BB gun. I've got a question. What things did you shoot that air rifle at?
Yeah. Okay.
It's like cans and stuff, isn't it?
Okay.
What else?
So what? Deodorant cans? Because I used to do that. I used to shoot deodorant cans.
Yeah,
Did you
just stuff
shoot
like that.
squirrels up the arse?
Yeah, apples and things,
Squirrels?
Apples off of my children's heads.
Any people?
Of course not.
No.
Although actually,
Sure.
one time I was over my friend's house with it, and we were in his garden, and we
Yeah.
were doing some shooting and stuff.
As you do.
Neighbours called the police, and
Good. I've never understood that about neighbours. Why can't I just go out shooting with my friends in the garden? I don't.
It's really illegal about it. It was a BB gun. It's not illegal or anything. It's fine.
Okay.
How old were you?
I don't know, about 13, 14.
Bollocks. Definitely in his 30s. It's just he's in full camo
Full ghillie
outfit
suit.
Yeah, ghillie suit, yeah.
Tree.
I'm trying to pull this up now.
I really wanted a BB gun or pellet gun. I never had one. My mate Grant had a air rifle or something, and we used to again shoot deodorant cans, and they used to go bang. And
I'll tell you what, Matt. I've got a BB gun in the loft that I could send to you if you want.
And you've got an air rifle and a BB gun.
You've got it. Whatever you need, you can get.
It's just two pistols. That's all.
Do you use them both at the same time?
No,
Yes.
I haven't used them for years.
I can't wait for Wednesday's show. Fucking John Wick.
James Wick. I'm going to kill him off.
Yeah, this is how James is going to die at some point. I'm going to gag and he's just going to die.
Yeah.
Look, there we go.
This is going to be like when Tommy Cooper went. We'll just be laughing away.
Well, he's either going to go like that, or he's going to go when he's outside in his garden with a firearm and the police are like called to a scene.
Final standoff.
We saw a man with a gun.
Police are going to be standing in front of him and go, "It's a BB gun. Look."
You know the ending
when
to.
you were a teenager, it was not weird to have this stuff when you were a teenager.
No, it wasn't, and I really wanted one, but I couldn't get one.
You know the ending to Red Dead Redemption, the first one. That's what's going to happen to James.
Look. It's not weird to have one as a teenager. It's weird as a year-old man to firstly say that you've got no guns, then admit you've got an air rifle, and then offer Matt Murray a BB gun that you've got in the loft.
Okay,
I don't believe you've only got 2 weapons, James.
First of all, it's not a rifle, it's just a pistol. There's 2 pistols, okay? One's a BB
Using
gun.
an air rifle.
One's a BB gun, and one's like an air pistol. Yeah.
Do you want me to... James, I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you a question. Look at the lens of your thing. I want a God's honest answer. Have you got a dagger or sword?
Do you have a katana?
Oh my God, he has. He has.
No, of course I haven't.
He fucking
Absolutely
has.
has got a samurai sword.
He's going to be like, no, it's a replica. It's a replica sword. It's no.
James is studying the blade.
I've got nothing like that. I was never interested in swords. It's not.
But guns.
Bit too messy, yeah.
Yeah.
Rather just from a distance.
Wow. Okay. This has been some Talks Over.
For people watching this on YouTube later, thinking, "Oh, the Dreamcast." I'll search. Oh, what's this? Okay. It's like,
Yeah, I can't wait. Oh man, this is like 2 hours long. I wonder if 2 hours of Dreamcast chat. That'd be amazing. 1 hour in. Why are we talking about guns?
Why is the hashtag air rifles? What's that about? Okay,
Why are the NRA sponsoring this?
Okay.
Oh Jesus! Hey, you ready to rumble? Hey, way!
Red Rumble was great fun.
It was good. I liked it when the gloves all went shiny and beat the shit out of the other person.
Oh, I remember this mini game.
I never played this. Was it any good or was it rubbish?
I mean, it's just suddenly occurred to me. I think
a classic launch game.
I think most of the characters in it were all bad racial stereotypes. But I think that was quite standard.
Great at the time as well.
For the time.
Yeah.
Execute high and low punches. These controls let you jump right into the game and start landing slightly realistic combos.
Oh god.
The visuals also look great. There are more than 120 facial expressions, so you'll know when you're on top.
120 facial expressions. That's what you want.
Yep.
And the crowd actually
Oh, that's right. Their faces got all jacked up, didn't they, during the fight?
The crowd actually look like people. They said, not just cardboard cutouts. These are like animated cardboard cutouts.
I agree with that
But they are
statement.
Sweet science.
Yeah, but there weren't cardboard cutouts in WWE, were they? What came out first, the Dreamcast or the N64? It was the
N64.
Yeah.
It's a 128-bit console, mate. Not.
Oh,
not
of course it did, because this was them trying to do Mario 64.
Yeah.
And they succeeded, as we can see.
And succeeding, yeah.
It's
I
terrible.
mean, I played all those like Dreams games of like Sonic stuff, and some of those were on a par with Sonic Adventure.
I remember the town at the start and just thinking, what? I hate
No, so at the time, initially, I was fully sold.
No.
I thought it was great.
This is it. This is the town. I remember hating this. Because I was well into Sonic Jam, like the bit, the 3D bit in Sonic Jam. I thought, this feels alright, man. They could do it. They could do it. And then I played this. I was like, nah, they can't.
This bit was all right.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say snowboarding.
was fine.
Snowboarding's
They
cool.
slag off Mario 64 then in favour of this game.
Did
Let me
they?
rewind.
Oh, I missed that.
Listen.
Being similar to the 2D Sonic, and other levels offering comparisons to Jumping Flash. The
Hold on.
Japanese version of the game suffered from camera problems, but Sega
Oh, right, okay. Just no. They're talking about Jumping Flash. I thought they would say about camera problems in Mario 64. This never come out, did it?
No, I didn't know.
Adventure is a 3D experience above the rest.
Nights into Dreams is one of those weird games that when you look at it and you first play it, you think, what is this? But then when you understand everything about it, it's just utterly incredible.
Yeah.
Once you get the combo system and everything, it's fucking business, that game.
Check out some more eye-melting Dreamcast footage at the GameSpot TV website.
Eye-melting footage.
And then click through to our Dreamcast preview.
Sounds awful.
So this is a GameSpot special where I said go to the Ziff Davis website /GameSpot TV and all the people from videogames.com. I'm very confused about who this is
I was
about.
wondering who this is for, or they seem to be.
Videogames.com must have been a GameSpot thing.
This is before people gave a shit.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Dreamcast special.
Go to our website, geocities.com/GameSpot.
And we've examined the system inside and out. But what will be its future? And what games can we look forward to?
No, not good.
Code Veronica.
Not many. Ad break.
Yep.
Here we go.
All right, it's time to fill you in.
That's a big TV for that time,
It's
isn't
a
it?
very big telly.
And it should come as
Got sides on it, bruv.
They all the budget on that. What's this thing we're looking at right now? I've been trying to work this out in the commercial breaks. Like, what is this next scene? Not this. That's fire.
What's it showing us?
Is that?
It's like there's a measurement thing, 6.5, 5.5.
What is why?
And then a sort of
notebook, wasn't it?
Is it like a damaged notebook?
It looks like a notebook, yeah.
Like
a
the
rusty
Shenmue
notebook.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a piece of leather.
I was like, is that a microchip?
Open it up. What does it say? It says "Dad dead." Like inside.
killed by Farley. BB gun.
Took his money to get a Dreamcast.
Every way imaginable. The game's the arcade versions with improved polygon counts and high-resolution textures. Each character moves around the stage looking tougher, larger, and more solid than before. Details.
I hate it when characters in games don't look solid.
Well, they never did on PlayStation, did they? 'Cause they were like,
it's terrible though, does it?
No, it looks right.
This is good. And at that time, this was just as everyone's saying, this is utterly incredible. We've done like fighting games, you still like it. Had a great single player.
It is.
Parts of the body where they're doing moves, where he's coming out with a sword. You'll see, the muscles kind of ripple and flex and things like that. It's really.
You'll see the
you
muscles
don't,
ripple
Gersman.
and flex. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You liar.
Definitely do. Yeah, it's great.
And the game also comes with additional moves not found in the arcade. The good looks are matched with controls that benefit from.
Yeah, man. This is what I'm still hearing about arcade quality and.
Yeah.
The
Remember when that was a benchmark?
Why did Soul Calibur get so shit?
They stopped site testing it. So Soul Calibur 1 and maybe 2, they would do the thing of like just dropping it in arcades and just letting people go nuts on it for a week, and then they would collect loads of feedback and refine it. They stopped doing that. Basically.
see, the last one I played in any depth was 2, because that was the one that I thought was really very good. And then I heard it went downhill after that.
Namco, this will be their first.
They brought out that free-to-play one, didn't they?
Yeah. Like an RPG style mode where you just upgrade your character and stuff, which complete antithesis of fighting games.
Soul Calibur, you're struggling with the rest of us, but don't worry. Here's our Dreamcast special intro pick.
What was that line?
I can't get enough of Soul Calibur. You're struggling with the rest of us because the rest of us also can't get enough. We're all struggling.
It's like, yeah, but you work for GameSpot, mate, so you'll probably get it before us, yeah? You won't even have to pay for it.
You are a journalist. You can't get it.
Not a journalist.
That's an awful line. That's an awful line.
We're all struggling to get enough.
Yeah, it don't work. Don't work. Let's move on.
We write that. That notebook again.
It's a notebook again, yeah.
I don't think.
Oh, it's the Soul Calibur intro, isn't it? Are they just going to show that in its entirety? It was very cool, to be fair.
Why did games, especially Sega games, they insisted on showing a cutscene before you got to the start menu?
Just meant you saw the mode, didn't it? From the arcade.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what's it called? Attract mode, yeah.
Awful.
I remember this was the first thing we saw when my brother got the VGA cable for the Dreamcast. Oh, fucking stunning.
you should see
I mean,
this.
shite now, obviously, but at the time it was unbelievable.
Next segment will give you a taste of what's to come after lunch.
Here we go.
Here we go. After lunch.
After lunch, yeah.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Looking forward to what comes over after lunch.
Yeah.
Probably dinner.
Network and more than 15 titles on launch.
Like
It looks to be an interesting
You're
fall.
fishing.
Sega keep
Yeah,
up
mate.
the momentum.
No.
Beyond launch, I'm looking forward to Resident Evil Code Veronica.
So hang on, what happens if you go to videogames.com now?
I bet it will, okay, I'm going to guess it will direct to GameSpot. That's my guess.
Do you reckon? Should we find out?
Go on.
Giant Bomb!
Oh, okay.
Giant
Oh,
Bomb
wow. Okay, so Jeff Gerstmann maybe probably owned that URL.
Took it with him when he left.
Nice.
Why wouldn't you sell that though? Fucking hell.
Well,
Yeah, it's got. I mean, that. Well,
probably worth a lot of money.
yeah,
Keep
yeah,
it
worth
till
more
when-
to them now than to sell it to someone else.
That is such a weird statement there, Matt. It's probably worth a lot of money. Keep it. No.
No, it
Probably money. Sell
no,
it.
but it must. Yeah, like the money it must generate for Giant Bomb is more than than they would get for
I
selling
guess.
it. I guess.
Yeah.
Boring.
Just people
Boring.
accidentally arriving at it, basically.
Also, with the amount of times Giant Bomb has been bought and sold, I can fully imagine it's like at one point, like, okay, well, that's gone. We're all now starting a new thing on videogames.com.
You can help Claire save the world when Resident Evil Code Veronica ships early next year.
Why are we just seeing footage of her getting eaten?
That's what people
That was
love.
really weird.
Yeah, oh, this game looks brilliant. Kids Royale.
Oh, yeah. 100 kids in a ring.
Bunch of kids in the ring, battering shit out of each other. I'll play that.
Everyone loved this about Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, this was a big
This is
deal.
another massive one, yeah. Remember CVG, Me Machine Sega going mental over this.
I think it's still the best, possibly,
Detailed graphics.
of the Marvel vs. Capcom games, anyway.
Genre just for Shenmue.
It's a new genre.
Oh, Rio.
Full reactive eyes
A
entertainment.
game that killed the system.
Why does it need the word eyes in here?
When Shenmue ships this December, and sports fans will not
Can you believe that story is still not over? We're watching this. That story's still going on.
Oh, what happened to that man's face then?
Oh,
It showed the teeth.
James,
See that again?
you finished Shenmue 3, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
sports fans will not be left out in the
It's not going on my game of the year list. I'll tell you that for a start.
That wasn't this year though. It was last year, wasn't it?
I thought it was this year, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Came
No,
out
it was
last year. Yeah, it came out last year, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah, you know, because it won last year's Gotti.
So it could still be on your Game of the Generation list, James. Just bear that in mind.
Unlikely, Sean.
Are we doing that game of the
Oh, here we go. Trick Style. Classic.
I really hope that Seaman gets announced for the US market.
Seaman. Fuck me.
Hooking up a microphone for Dreamcast.
Trickstar, I remember that being on the front cover of DC UK, which is like an unofficial
Yes, mate.
Dreamcast magazine.
Yeah.
They absolutely loved that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it probably wasn't that good. I enjoyed it at the time, but I also enjoyed Sonic Adventure at the time, so all bets are off.
I enjoyed a lot of things at the time.
Fish.
I remember this game.
Seaman, yeah.
Beyond that, I really hope that Namco decides to do Tekken Tag tournament for the system.
There's no doubt the Dreamcast games
Pretty sure they
That was
did.
PS2 only, wasn't it?
but the
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
it was. Yeah.
PS2 launch game, wasn't
to compete against Sony's
That was great. Tekken Tag tournament.
it? It was very
Captain
good, yeah.
Sword.
Now here's something I'm excited about. Sega has announced that Seaman will be released in the United States, though a date has not yet been set.
Not in Europe, though.
Oh.
Did he not turn up here?
Always go to
Nah.
the GameSpot TV website for more on Sega's new system.
Very few things did.
Say about the new console.
But of course, with the Dreamcast, didn't really matter because you could
We
just
got
download it.
we got Shenmue 2,
We did.
and
There
they
we
did it
go.
in America.
And then she turns and plays an Atari Atari arcade. Like, what a weird television program.
That was very
What are
odd,
you
wasn't
supposed
it?
to get out of that?
I don't know,
I
'cause
don't know.
it wasn't really like building the hype, was it?
No.
Like,
I mean, there's a lot of people saying, I mean, they
this
better
doesn't
do
work.
that stuff, otherwise this thing's dead in the water.
You imagine if they stopped halfway through to do an unboxing. That would be. Like, who'd have thought back then? No, if you get a new console, just unbox it, mate. Like that will get you numbers.
Yeah.
It's
Like, you
mad.
can talk about the games, but you can't show them in this one. In the next one, you can see the boxes of the games, but you can't open the cases.
Yeah. Spread it over a couple of months.
I really hope there's a PlayStation 2 equivalent of this, because I thought it was great to watch how they were covering games. I mean, we've seen like old E3s and stuff, but to see this kind of flavor reel of what the games are coming out, I want to see a PS2 version.
I'd like to see something like this for the Xbox 360 because that was such a good launch, and I think it'd be quite interesting to see.
That was the most hyped I've ever been for a launch. That 360 was unreal.
Yeah,
so exciting.
It's weird though watching that. I wasn't watching it being like, oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, I remember this. This was a great game. Like that didn't really summarise my fond memories of the Dreamcast.
I think what really surprises me is that was neither an advert or a piece of journalism.
Yeah,
it was nothing really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like reading the back of a cereal box. It just
there was nothing particularly insightful about it. Nor was it really fawning enough to class as an advert. It was just, weird.
I learned more about James Farley than the Dreamcast. James Mad Dog Farley.
Yeah, that's good. But I mean, I think you're right, James. I want to see this for other consoles for sure. I want to see PlayStation 2. PS1.
Wait, what are they gonna say? Like, there's nothing to say.
I just want to see the old footage of like Time Splitters and the Bouncer, Fantavision, the classics.
It's all about the 360. That's the one I want to see. You know, I remember PGR launched with it, Cameo, Perfect Dark. I can't remember the launch cat. Razor World,
Call of Duty 2.
Call of Duty 2 was one of the ones I bought. Yeah.
Was Viva Pinata a launch title?
TVs.
No, Viva Pinata came a bit later.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark.
Leave.
Well, I didn't get one until... Cause I was late to the 360. I didn't get one until Bioshock showed up.
What?
Yeah.
I was there day one, boy. We were day one playing Bank Shot Billiards, James.
Yeah. We played loads of Bank Shot Billiards too. That was amazing, that game.
Yeah.
It was excellent. Yeah.
And it was only 1,200 points. Fucking hell.
Microsoft points. And there's also a Gauntlet as well, which everyone wanted to download because everyone had these memories of Gauntlet, and then we downloaded it, and it was rubbish. Actually, to play online, it was terrible.
Yeah, Ben Simon in the chat saying, when Xbox launch of games, what a time. Like, the equivalent of this in 10, 15 years' time, there isn't going to be let's watch the Series X launch to see all the games. Like,
they tried.
I can't find any videos on YouTube about the launch lineup.
They tried. They tried to show us Gears 5.
They did.
Yeah, it didn't really work out.
But double the frame rate.
Are we done here?
I think we're done. I think that's us. I'm really sorry, everyone. I haven't done a credits video.
Oh no, that's bang out of order.
I know. I think there's a good 3 or 4 people who really look forward to those. I haven't even got an excuse. I just fully forgot until about an hour before we went live. So sorry about that. But thanks so much for watching this and for your support. Unless you're one of the people who's watching it in a month's time, in which case you're a freeloader. And Merry Christmas, I guess.
Have a delightful Christmas. Oh, people watching this on YouTube now that haven't paid for it, they probably know what our game of the year is.
Oh yeah, that's weird. Isn't it?
They probably know the big arguments that have taken place.
There's not going to be any this year. We've mentioned this, Dave. It's going to be fine. It's going to be easy this year.
There's 3 games I'm worried about.
Okay.
There's going to be massive arguments.
I'm worried about a show in general.
It's going to be fine. We're all friends. It's going to be a good time.
I'm not going to drink this year. I don't
really.
You're
going to totals.
James, again, everyone who's watching this on YouTube now knows you were not only drunk, but you were sick on the show. So just apologise now, James.
Because that was the worst last year.
Apologise now.
I mean, you say it was the worst. Everyone else loved it.
Yeah. No, but it was awful. It was especially like waking up in the morning still drunk. And
you had to take the kids to school, didn't you?
Can you find your air rifle every time you make it? Can you do that? set up a few cans on the.
No, Dave, it's an air pistol.
Yeah, sorry, air pistol, and then as we're making a vote, James, what's your vote? I vote for.
He gets 3 gunshots. It's true. I shot a cat up the arse. Right.
He's definitely gonna kill me.
Which he can do from his house.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, shoot at the right angle, and it'll come through my window.
I've got a sniper air rifle.
Goodbye.
Right, let's say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks
Love you.
for
Bye.
support. Bye-bye.